Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I wanted to do an Ask Me Anything, play some videos, and explain to people that this COVID-19 84 situation is going nowhere and fast. And what do I mean? I mean, it's never going to end if we don't stop it now, if we don't stop the insanity now. More and more draconian Chinese-style measures are going on in our country right now. It's even hitting Texas, which is completely alarming to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an Ask Me Anything. Get your questions in now. For those that have done this before with me, they know the drill, okay? Put them in there, and we'll go through all of them. If you do want to get a super chat in, unfortunately, I am fully demonetized on this platform because I'm harmful content. So what we do is we take questions via the GoFundMe, which is in the link below. So every once in a while, I'll periodically go to the GoFundMe, check out questions, thumbs this video up, subscribe, share. Remember, I am a documentary filmmaker, and I want you to watch my films. I want you to spread this information. I feel like the more people that take the time to actually watch my documentaries that I've been involved with now for 15 years, okay, kind of understand where I'm coming from and start to realize a lot of this information that they think is new is not new, and then it's been around for a while, and it's very frustrating when it gets recycled and then reused for propaganda purposes, which it has been. I do want to note that you can also support me over on Rockfin, which has been a great platform for me, Jay Dyer. I see that you just tweeted at me. I'll get back to you in the DMs a little later and show you what's up. But I put out a premium video for all you supporters out there so you can really hear how I feel about this. And it cut off at the very end. Could be because of my hotel Wi-Fi. If I cut off here, hopefully I'm going to be back. But guys, I can't thank you all enough for doing this. You know, the old man, myself, turns 41 tomorrow. And tomorrow evening, I got to make a choice whether I'm going to continue my journey or head back home to New York and make a decision, and I'm thinking I might want to head back home. I've been on the road now for more than 3 weeks. Okay, today's the 3-week anniversary of my road trip, and I got to tell you, I miss my nieces so much. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to head home and then make a decision and get out of New York because New York has been utterly destroyed. Now, before I show you video of Rand Paul calling for the impeachment of Governor Cuomo, I want to show you the latest piece of propaganda he put out just today, okay, with his new ad campaign of fear for young people, because young people are gathering, young people are partying, and he's acting as though, you know, the 20-somethings, even the 30-somethings are going to die from this virus. They are not. All the numbers suggest otherwise. In fact, in that age range, I'd say you are probably more likely to die of the flu. Forget about like TB, tuberculosis, and other things like that. But hopefully the volume is okay on this, and we're just going to play it because it made me want to throw up. And then I'm going to show you in these videos, not only Rand Paul calling for his impeachment, but somebody on the ground tagged me in a video of New York City that has been devastated. And if you saw my video last week about living in the Twilight Zone every day, it couldn't be more appropriate. So let's hear Dictator Cuomo and his New York Tough campaign.
Can you run the ad, please?
I work out every day. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 24. COVID won't kill me.
I have antibodies. COVID won't kill me.
It's been a long week. COVID won't kill me.
I'm 25. COVID won't kill
I'm
me.
partying outside. COVID won't kill
I
me.
don't need to wear a mask around my friends. COVID won't kill
I'm
me.
23. COVID won't kill me.
If I haven't gotten it yet, COVID won't kill me.
I'm young. COVID won't kill me.
Famous last words.
Famous last words. Well, I'll tell you what, if you do come down with symptoms and you have to go to a hospital, demand the steroids. Demand the steroids. Dextromethasone is now an authoritative source. We know about Dr. Bartlett, okay, and budesonide. We have talked about other treatments that were going on in New York City. Demand the steroids. If you get on the steroids, no, it will not kill you. Even if you're not on the steroids, probably not going to kill you, okay? And You know, Cuomo's like, I respect your right to party. This isn't the time to fight for your right to party. You know, trying to be cute with some Beastie Boy lyrics. I don't like it. I don't like it. I work out. I have an immune system. I mean, come on. I mean, the things that are said in this ad are absolutely ridiculous. The healthier you are, the less likely you are to have a devastating run of this, let alone die. But you got to understand, it's about more than that. It's about reshaping society, okay, and locking down whenever they want to. All right? I'm going to get into the Texas stuff after I show you these videos, because when you see that, everybody should be alarmed. Everybody. And remember, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. And, get your questions in now. Remember, we're going to use that GoFundMe as a super chat mechanism. Let's break this down by Rand Paul.
Serves on the Foreign Relations Committee, joins us now. Good morning. Why do you say it was a big mistake?
Well, I think what you found in New York is that we ended up having a horrendous death. We had 30-some-odd thousand people die. Their death rate is about 1,600 per million, the highest in the country, 8 times worse than Florida, 10 times worse than Texas, even now with the surge in Texas and Florida. So I don't think there's a lot in New York that we can look to and say, oh, that's what we should model after. In fact,
oh, you think? You think? Remember all these spikes right now in Florida and Texas, and what they're doing in Texas right now is reminiscent of China. Okay, there are certain businesses that have been so brainwashed now, they want you to run through a spray disinfectant. We'll show you that in a minute. But I don't agree with everything that Rand Paul is about to say right here, because I watched the clip. But certainly in the case of getting rid of Cuomo, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In fact, I really think Governor Cuomo ought to be impeached for the worst public policy, public health decision, maybe in a century, sending patients with coronavirus back to nursing homes.
When he had the Javits Center and other places to put them, and he had the National Guard, and he had the extra nurses, and he never used the Javits Center. Okay? So the idea that you were going to take people that were confirmed COVID positive and already sick and elderly and then put them with other sick and elderly people was complete insanity, okay? And somehow this guy's doing a victory lap in the media.
So I don't think there's anything to be lauded up there. But I think the one story people are missing is, amidst this resurgence or surge in the disease, New York has very few deaths and very few new cases. Has nothing to do with the lockdown. I believe that it has a great deal to do with the level of immunity they've achieved.
And by the way, there's a new Lancet study out there that basically says the lockdowns were worthless. Okay? It's in my Twitter feed. There's a lot in my Twitter feed right now. I understand that. But I'm telling you right now, it's basically that the lockdowns were worthless. Let me say it again. Worthless. But they continue, and all these draconian policies of mandating masks continues.
I think about 25% or so of New York City is now immune, and I think that is slowing down the progress of the disease. I think it has little to do with human or government behavior, but it has a lot to do with immunity. Stockholm is about the same in Sweden, and so you have northern Italy is about the same. Areas where you've had this great rise in cases, a lot of deaths, actually achieve a certain amount of immunity, and I think are going to be suffering a lot less. Unfortunately, until we have a vaccine, Florida and Texas death rates will continue, but it's important to keep it in perspective that they're about 10 times better than New York State.
All right, so let's stop. Obviously, I disagree with the vaccine. Is Rand Paul playing politics? I really don't care if he is or not. He should know better. He's a medical doctor. And the other thing is, remember, in that commercial you just saw, I have the antibodies. I'll be okay. Remember, that's what they were selling you on. But in reality, they're going to try to sell you on mandatory vaccines every single year for this. All right? And I'm going to show you that because Fauci says this is not going away. And they're already prepping you that even having the antibodies and testing positive of those will not be enough in this new medical martial law dictatorship. Okay?
But Senator, you're not arguing for herd immunity in these places where it's out of control, are you?
I'm not saying we have a choice. All the things we do aren't stopping the virus, and it's impossible really to stop the virus and put it dead in its tracks. The virus has a mind of its own. It's a scourge of Mother Nature.
And I'm not sure it's a scourge of Mother Nature. I wanted to stop it there. You know how I feel about this thing. And that's why, again, I agree with Rand Paul on a lot of things, but not everything. Okay? And whether he's playing politics or not, I got to call him out because, again, it's never about right or left, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal. No, I want the truth, okay? So in that regard, not too happy with what Mr. Paul is saying there.
And we do our best with it, but even when we try to do our best, even when we've locked everything down, it still leads to a mountain of dead people. That's what happened in New York. And what I'm saying is that while we're not sort of advocating, hey, let's do nothing and get herd immunity is happening and happened in New York, and I think we've actually achieved it, but we've achieved it at a much smaller number than the theoretical predictions. The theoretical predictions based on random behavior of a random mathematical model say you need 60 to 70%. There are people now looking at that and putting in the factor of human behavior and that people don't all react and behave the same in public as far as their contacts, and showing that a lot of viruses in the past, we've achieved a form of immunity where the virus slows down and goes away at a much lower percentage, maybe 20 to 25%. We've had other attacks. We've had pandemics in the 60s and the 50s, and even going back to the Spanish flu, where the virus doesn't get 60 to 70% of the world infected. It gets closer to 20 to 25%, and then there's enough immunity that the spread of the virus slows down. And that's what my hope is. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you that's for sure, but I can tell you that we ought to at least offer that is an opinion out there, and there's at least evidence from New York that looks like they're not being affected. And one of the most logical things is that they have some immunity build up that's slowing down the spread of the disease.
All right, so there you go right there. I'm sorry for the stream cutting out and then coming back again, guys. Not much I can do when I'm on the road. So let's get to the Faucian, okay?
Healthy person condition, senior citizen, infection, 20 to 45% of people. It certainly is a killer of those who are the senior citizens and those with underlying conditions. Occasionally, you have an exception. We have a perfectly young, healthy person has very serious disease and died. That's a minority of that. But I don't see this disappearing the way SARS-1 did. The reason I say that is that it is so efficient in its ability to transmit from human to human that I think we ultimately will get control of it. I don't really see us eradicating it. I think with a combination of good public health measures, a degree of global herd immunity, and a good vaccine, which I do hope and feel cautiously optimistic that we will get.
Let's just stop it. We can get it under control. Okay, but remember, he just said it's never going to be eradicated. And what was he talking about again? The policy that goes with it. The policy that goes with it. We need better policy, which are lockdowns that have eviscerated the economy. And if you doubt me on that, let's get to the next video. This is New York City.
At this point, it's like a domino effect, you know. And this is it's sporting goods. It's this store is a chain store. It sells sporting goods, and it's very popular in New York. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, man.
Modell's is huge.
It's insane what's going on.
Those streets should be packed right now. Up, and there it goes. Of course, it didn't take the whole thing. But it shows you this weird Twilight Zone ad that comes on right after it's New York tough, New York strong together, the mask propaganda, the whole nine. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. And now you get to take a look at what Texas is doing. Okay, this is a restaurant out in San Antonio. And remember, you saw things like this in China. Oh, come on. Please say we're going to get it. Getting sprayed with disinfectants. Well, you have your stupid mask on. Never going to happen to me. That's my line right there. That is my line. Walking through some type of disinfectant nonsense. Give me a break. And don't get me wrong, that's not as hardcore as the ones we saw in China, but it should alarm anybody that that's what Texas looks like now. All right? Period. And like I said, this isn't about right or left. It is about right and Wrong. Okay. So thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. Remember, we're going to take super chats via the fundraiser here. Let's see if we got any questions in there, because I always take them. Patty Weimers, thank you so much. She's always supported me very well. She says, stay strong, Jason. Gritch says, hope this helps a bit, JB. It's the best I could do. Hey, man, you rock, dude. Appreciate the grind and always enjoy your perspective on things. Don't always agree, but we are definitely cut from the same cloth. Keep up the great work. I'll catch you on the flip. Love you, bro. Quite an exciting time for you. Love the bar and fun idea. Thank you. Let's see, 5 days ago. Love you, Jason. Keep up the great work. Life of Riley. Life of Riley, by the way, is an old Monty Python movie. Let's see. And there's Jason, I'm a huge fan and admire your work and resolve. Much love from TJ. TJ always in the comments section. So again, if you want to get your super chat in, I will check that out every once in a while. Let's now start going through the comments section. All right. What do we got here? Sorry, I got to make sure I'm in there. The evil of the abbot, clearly under demonic possession. Burmese Brigade, baby, all day. What up, JB? Hey there, Burmese Brigade. What up, Scott Bailey? How you doing? Hope everyone is well. I hope you're well. Afternoon, everyone. Hi from Wisconsin. Hello, people. Thumbs up, Americans. What up, bogus hype? I live in Texas. I did not see this coming. Yeah, I'll bet you didn't. Listen, a lot of people are like, why don't you move back to Texas? I loved where I lived in Texas. Okay, I was outside of Austin. I was in a little town called Niederwald outside of Buda, and it was about a 45-minute, hour-long drive to San Antonio, which is a cool rock town, and only a 20-minute drive into Austin. I loved 6th Street. I really liked the people. Okay, it would have been under consideration had they not gone to the draconian-style lockdowns and mask orders. Okay. But even Texas didn't push back much, and now you see restaurants disinfecting people. No mas. No mas. What happened? Yeah, I'm sorry. Again, we're on borrowed internet here. Sometimes this internet is badass. I really can't do the Ask Me Anythings by pre-recording them and uploading them, although I have been doing some premieres. I may do some of those afterwards. I got an Elon Musk video I think that is very important to put out there via Neuralink. You know, all those people that think Elon Musk is their best friend, I got news for you. He ain't. And people that have paid attention to this channel know why. But there's a new article on there, or out there about Neuralink that got sent to me from my great audience into my emails, my DMs, and I check a lot of that stuff. I don't get to all of it, I'm sorry, but that one in particular I did. Thumbs up, let's fight the algorithm. Saw on Fox this morning, Trump says he'll take the vaccine when it's ready. Of course he will. It's Operation Warp Speed, dude. It's Operation Warp Speed. And what was it? BioNet? BioN to net, I think it was. I'm probably butchering that. And then it was Pfizer, who he'd given almost $2 billion to. And remember, there were 150 vaccines in trial. And most of them took trial 1 and 2 and mushed them all together. And then trial 3, and that was already human experimentation, right? Human trials. Now we're going to get to mass human trials. I don't know why you'd want to be a guinea pig for this. All the numbers suggest you don't want to be a guinea pig for this. And yes, there's a lot more to it. You get a bad run of this. What? You can get cystic fibrosis type symptoms in your lungs that may not recover. There's a lot of evidence that it may stay, if you're a man, in your testes and cause damage to the point where you're not as fertile. Those are scary things. And those are things that suggest to me it's a little bit more than just Mother Nature. But again, I'm really not allowed to say that on this platform. It's probably harmful content. Let's see. Thumbs them up. What is up, Jason? Tennessee still has a choice, at least in eastern Tennessee, middle Tennessee, and west Tennessee near Memphis. Not so much anymore. I know, it's nuts. I thought about going to Tennessee. And again, the last time I checked, Cuomo's got 31 of these states on some kind of quarantine list, but somehow he goes to one of those states like Georgia. He's exempt because he's a essential worker. Hate that term. It's ridiculous. Okay? We're all essential, right? And to say one person has the right to work and another person doesn't is absolute insanity. And then he says, well, if you're there less than 24 hours, it doesn't really matter. Well, apparently by his definition, I am media. So I am an essential worker, even though I'm in Missouri, which is on the list. And if I were to drive home on Saturday morning, probably get there I think it's like a 14, 15-hour drive if I did it straight through. If I were to get there, geez, I don't know. I'd end up there Sunday early morn, probably. Like late night, early morn. I'm not staying in my house for 2 weeks. It's not happening. Zero chance. No, 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 and no. And it even makes me think maybe Ohio should be on that list. I did enjoy my stay in Ohio. Right now, you know, in the lead is probably Missouri or Iowa. South Dakota is not out of the realm, and Ohio is not on the realm. It's a big decision because wherever I choose, I'm probably staying there for at least a year. You know, at least a year lease anywhere. And then I got to make big boy decisions. And it really depends on whether I'm still on this platform, if I'm able to make a living, right? Rockfin is great, and it has helped me on this trip immensely. Ethereum's doing pretty well. The Ray token is doing okay. So when I do get in a pinch and I do need a little extra cash, I do use that. But I got to tell you, man, you know, I got to make sure that I can reach the 55,000 plus subscribers I have. And I lost about 500 in the last 3 days because I refused to bow down to the mob, whether it's the left-wing mob or the right-wing mob or the crazy mob. Go watch my premium video from earlier if you missed it, if you are a Rockfin premium member, because I think you'll get it. Let's see. Hey, Jason. Greetings from Long Island. I'm enjoying your road trip. Wondering how much longer you plan to travel and where. You heard it. So, Joe Ted, more than likely, probably going home. I miss the girls. I do. But I may stop back in Ohio for a couple days. I'm going to text the good folks over at Action for Assange and see if I do go there on Saturday morning and decide to stay in Ohio, if we can get some kind of a video done together. I'd love to have Andrew and Taylor with me at the same time so we could do a podcast much like I did with Pat Miletich, Luca, and Jeffrey Wilson. And make sure you're checking out the Conspiracy Farm too. And Pat Miletich's Twitter feed is awesome, and so is Jeffrey's. All right, let's keep going. We are the Burmists. We are the Burmists. It's terrible you are demonetized. And they took David Icke off of YouTube too. And they took off my boy, Dan Dix. Now, Dan Dix had a Dan Dix channel, so he was able to actually broadcast through a glitch. Basically, if you're already logged into your Google account on one of these bad boys and you've created those, or anywhere, you can usually go to YouTube and you're already signed in, and then you can choose one of your other accounts. I've got several of those. I've thought about making a secondary channel. I don't know, man. It's like, how many channels do I need? And is that the way to fight censorship? The way to fight censorship is head on and say it's illegitimate. Yet, I reviewed that Cameron Siddell video, and it's the first time I've ever gotten a response from YouTube, but they said, no, it's still harmful content. Yeah. A New York City doctor exposing how if we keep using ventilators in the manner that we're using them, it's going to kill people. And he was right, and I had talked about it before, but because it went viral, and not my video, but the Cameron Siddell one, and then someone reported me for daring to go against the World Health Organization, of which we should not be a part. Okay? No, harmful content, we're going to keep it down. What if everyone burned the mask? I'm sure he won't be getting the same vaccine as they give the plebs. You mean like when certain people were already on Cipro prior to the anthrax attacks after 9/11? Weird. Huh. And those clean vaccines that don't have the clean or green vaccines that don't have the thimerosal and other preservatives in them? You mean like that? More than likely. More than likely. Let's see. Yay, twins. You're having twins, Laura? Oh, we have the same birthday. Awesome. Yes, July 24th. The road to 40 is long over, and now it's the road to death. There is no road to 50. I want to make it past 50, 60, 70, 80. I want to live a long, long life and hopefully, find somebody to start a family with eventually. I'm not getting any younger. The grays are popping, guys. The grays are popping. Vaccine will be a placebo. Well, it won't be something I'm putting in my arm. I'll tell you that right now. Jason, the police are being attacked with weapons and fire. In Portland, why aren't they using deadly force to defend themselves? Again, one of the things that Cuomo talked about in his press conference today was the use of these federal agents and military forces. And yesterday I got a text from my ex-girlfriend saying that Operation Legend, okay, Operation Legend is what it's called, was coming to New York City. Cuomo says he called Trump and they agreed on not doing it. And if anything changed, he would talk about, or they would have a talk before it happened there. I did an entire video yesterday with Steve Poikonen from Slow News Day and Action for Assange on this subject of secret police, the DHS, rioters, actual protesters, and what I think should be done and what should not be done. And it's 30 plus minutes. So, that one's a very long and involved answer, but I did a whole video on it, so you can go check that out. Remember to thumbs this up, subscribe, and share. I'm going to go check and just make sure we haven't had anything on the GoFundMe yet. Nope. Okay. Alrighty. Let's continue on. Happy birthday, Jason. I think you need to keep looking. Stay on the road. Interesting piece of power. It's tough. Again, you miss your family. Burmis, do you think the crazy clown phenomenon most of us forget about by now was predictive program for the rise of the Joker chaos character of society the Batman films portray? No, not so much. Don't get me wrong, predictive programming and all that stuff is real, and Hollywood slips a lot of those ideas in there. I know a lot of people love that Dark Knight and the Heath Ledger Joker. It's a good movie. I think it's vastly overrated, though. I'll be honest with you. It really is. It's vastly overrated compared to some of the other stuff out there, in my humble opinion. I'm not right all the time, guys, just to let you know. Left New York 40 years ago. Smart. Happy birthday, Burmis. Thank you. Happy birthday. Give Jason a BD present on his Patreon. There is no Patreon. It's just the GoFundMe. I'm scared if I do a Patreon, they'll just take me down like they have so many other creators. Let's see. Happy birthday. America is gone already. There's no point in fighting for your freedom to watch football games. It's over. Enjoy your demise. There's no virus outbreak. It's a communist takeover. I think the virus is very real. I think the solutions are awful. And guess what? The NFL is telling people if they want to come to the games, and who knows how they're going to do the social distancing and the Johnny nonsense, they're going to have to wear masks. At a football game. At a 3 to 5 hour event. No. No. No, 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 no. With a big side of no. Okay? Again, I was just in Iowa. There were over 3,000. Some have reported 3,500. Militiches thinks it's closer to 4,000 people out there. Okay? Nobody's sick. Show me the outbreak in Iowa from holding the sporting event during this pandemic. America. Oh, we already did that one. Happy birthday, kind sir. Thank you. Or GoFundMe. Thank you. Try East Tennessee. At least there are independent country mayors there or here. Knox County is Glenn Jacobs. Ooh, that's right. Kane from the WWE. I tried to get Glenn Jacobs when he was still Kane from the WWE on InfoWars because he had contacted me via MySpace. And I really tried to get him on there. Back then, InfoWars was even more taboo than it is today. And he didn't want to come on. Neither did Mick from Slipknot, although I did get to meet Mick. He got me tickets and then backstage passes to an awesome Slipknot show in San Antonio. But yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. He is fighting the Tennessee governor and health advisory committee. That's not a terrible move. You know what? I will look into East Tennessee. I'm not promising anything, but I'm glad you brought that up. Maybe I get an interview with Kane, with Mr. Jacobs. I like a lot of his policies. You know what's frustrating? The number of people that are playing along with the overreach of the virus farce. People are way too easy to manipulate it. It's infuriating. Yeah, welcome to my world. Welcome to the war on terror after 9/11, okay? And me kicking and screaming and trying to explain that to people for over a decade. And eventually, some of you got it, most of you didn't, and that's why we're in Syria and Libya and AFRICOM, okay? And that's why we're able to propagate lies against Iran to try to go in there. And that's why, again, you can kill a guy like Soleimani that has millions come out for his funeral and nothing is done. Look, I'm not saying that guy's even a good guy, okay? I have no idea. I do know that he fought ISIS with our troops and pushed them out of Iraq. And I do know there's not one military leader in our country, if they died, that would draw a response like that guy did. And that is dangerous to me. Okay? That is extremely dangerous to me, because when you have that many people that basically, idolize somebody, that is a great motivational tool to demonize the West and their behavior, which is unfortunate because, look, a lot of us were against that. And I know a lot of you after the fact, you MAGA guys, oh boy, let's get them, we're fighting Iran and terror. No. Let's take that North Korea approach. I like that approach. I like the approach of talking, of working things out, of working together. I don't like smart bombs. I don't like missiles, okay? I don't like covert actions like Operation Timber Sycamore by the CIA back in 2012 under Obama and Sleepy Joe. We shouldn't even call him Sleepy Joe. He's Joey B. He was Joey B back then. He wasn't as sleepy, right? Old gangster Joe, right? Of Joey B to go into Syria and basically start a ground war. That's what happened. Anybody can look that up. Okay, it was never about getting ISIS out of Syria. It was always about the removal of a secular, intelligent, well-spoken leader like Assad. Doesn't mean he's perfect. Doesn't mean I endorse everything that Assad has done. But the idea he gassed his own people, it's been debunked many times. And the last time when Trump was out there saying we needed to get out, and then all of a sudden another chemical attack happened in Duma, that's been completely debunked and covered up by the media, right? We don't want to talk about WikiLeaks releasing the OPCW documents. We don't want to talk about Pearson Sharp of OAN going there and talking to people on the ground who are like, no, there's a chemical attack. There was no attack at all here. No, I live here. And then he finds the kid who's on the video with his dad who supposedly got chemically attacked. And he's like, no, we got drug off the street and into a hospital, and they threw water on us, and they taped us crying because we didn't know what was going on. Ignored in this country. Yeah, I know there was a lot of buffering. Happy birthday, bro. Is there hope for America? Neither side will believe the November election results. You're not wrong there. You're definitely not wrong there. It's very, very tough. I want to thank you, Mr. Garland, for hitting my GoFundMe over there, but no question with it. I wish you had put a question in there or comment. Let's see. People will line up for the jab. Unfortunately, you're right. They be messing with you, Jason. Buffer, bloating, hey, buffering, really choppy, lagging, live stream unwatchable right now. Too much buffering. I know. Hopefully we got past that. Stabby stab? What's the stabby stab? I will pillage and steal before I get a stabby stab. Yeah. The more fear they push, the more they open the door for Pfizer and others to charge more for medicines. Exactly. Listen. The idea that this country even has those ads on television is criminal. These are supposed to be medicines that help people, okay? That don't have a financial motive for the medical military industrial complex, okay, and big pharma to push upon the populace. Oh, are you depressed? Oh, prep for HIV. Oh, you want to quit smoking? Oh, depression's not working? We got another one that you can take with your depression medication. What? And then they just reel off every side effect. That sounds nightmarish. No big deal. Greetings from Arlington, Texas. Bufferin, laugh loud. Stabby stab. Rand Paul took on Fauci's BS. Yes, I did an entire video on that. Alaska 2, New York City is an amazing model for the New World Order to use for the ideal city. Again, unaccountable billionaires like Michael Bloomberg and his contact tracing force. No one wanted him to do that except for, the authoritarian dictator Cuomo. And then reimagining education with Bill and Melinda Gates. No, thank you. Another unaccountable billionaire couple. Okay. And then, we'll just give the rest of the city to Eric Schmidt, another unaccountable billionaire and Bilderberg member. And that's all in your face. That's all in your face while they eviscerate small and middle-sized businesses. They eviscerate the hospitality industry. They eviscerate nightlife. And as you just saw with Modell's, a lot of those mid-sized chain stores are not going to survive either. Even Walgreens took a hit after this. Think about that. Think about how huge Walgreens is. Didn't hear anything, Cuomo. or him said. Nothing? Hotel internet. Yeah, it's hotel internet, guys. I'm trying. They are all next. We are next. Just a matter of time. Buffing. Definitely concerned by what Rand Paul said. Yeah. I'm not sure I can take another Burmese jacuzzi scene. Well, then don't watch. I don't know that I've only got a couple more days here. I was thinking about possibly hitting the jacuzzi after this. I don't know that I'm going to do another broadcast from the jacuzzi. But you never know. You never know. Let's see. Oh, no, I wanted to hear Jason talk about Texas. Spray disinfectant. Smells like cancer to me. Elderberry syrup and vitamin C. Damn the lag. No wonder they militarized the police like an army worldwide. Shouldn't Andy be quarantined? Again, he goes, bing, 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 bing. I'm essential. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, bong. Bing, bong. This is no bueno at all. Keep the green screen and stay out of the pool. Well, again, guys, I mean, this microphone right here, I dropped $150 on this bad boy just to make sure that we could get a decent quality. I have a mixing board and another microphone that just didn't want to work with this laptop. I bought everything on a budget. I'd say I put less than $700 on it because, again, I'm hitting the road and I'm trying. And, you know, I think this is a pretty good setup. It looks all right and it sounds all right. It's a higher production quality. And you know me, I'm trying to produce stuff that is watchable, not just in, you know, a pool or a spa or a hot tub with bad echoes. You know, I did that kind of out of fun, and I got maybe I got a little carried away with it. I don't know, but I like the walk and talks as well. But here I get to show you articles, I get to show you news, I get to show you video clips, etc. All right, let's see. Mysterious YouTube lag. Too much buffering to follow. Damn. Funny how the buffering issue didn't start until he got his content into the content of the video. Yeah, right. Targeted, must be hitting the truth again. Again, it could be just the hotel internet. Let's see. Thumbs up, Americans. This guy is the truth vet and drove the bus to where we are now. I appreciate that, bogus hype. They messing with the video. Oh, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. Wow, that's a huge jump. Let's see if we go all the way back up to the top. Let's see. It's basically dial-up. Viruses don't go away. They never have. They just mutate. But again, Fauci will tell you that mutation doesn't mean change. And I have that video. Go watch my Fauci video. Even though if you look up mutate, in like a 10-word definition, change is in there twice. But he'll just lie to your face. That doesn't mean it's changed. What? It's very Faucian, right? It's never going away. Let's see. Would mobile internet work better? No. Check out the number for Hong Kong flu 1969. We just went to Woodstock. Yes. And you know what? If I had played more of that Rand Paul video, by the way, he talked about that. Okay. He actually discussed the fact that, you know, we've had pandemics back in the 50s and 60s before, and we never had this response, and we were fine. Okay? And no one wants people to die, by the way. No one wants people hospitalized. I get it. But I also don't want to live in fear of something that is more than likely not only not going to kill me, but not even going to put me in the hospital. It's not even going to lay me up in bed for a couple weeks, more than likely. I mean, how many asymptomatic cases are out there in reality? Okay? I think that's important to point out. All right, let's continue on. Trump 2020 over Biden every day. So the vaccine won't be any good for next year's virus. It'll be a new cash cow for Gates and his investors every year. In fact, I tweeted something out where Gates has to say there's no merit to any of these COVID-19 conspiracy theories. Yeah, we're all just supposed to, again, worship an unelected billionaire who's not a doctor. He's not an epidemiologist. He's a piece of literal filth that I've been exposing now for well over a decade. And I try to point that out to people that think that, oh, we know that Gates is bad. We knew. It's 7 years ago in my film, Shade the Motion Picture. I went hard on Gates and others like him. Okay? The Super Best Friends Club. Right? Right? David Rockefeller, Ted Turner, Michael Bloomberg, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. And their nice little secret eugenics meeting that no one seemed to have a problem with. On population control. Yeah, that was a real thing. Yeah. They actually put them as actual superheroes. Okay? Pulled the plug. Bumped. Oh no, the video got the virus. FedEx turned up. Let's see. Vax will most likely be like a flu vax, yearly and pointless. Correct. Rand doesn't have a crystal ball. Why not? Thought they got your channel for a minute. The current flu vaccinations are about 30% effective. I'll say this. We've brought the CDC's own numbers up. They are less than 50% effective for this last round of flu by the CDC's own numbers of influenza A and B. This is from November to February of this year. That is 100% real. And I think it's 47% overall in influenza B, which is H1N1, the swine flu that they scared the shit out of everybody about over a decade ago. It's around 37% effective by the CDC's own numbers. I got to put out those authoritative source numbers. God forbid I get flagged for having what? Harmful content. Fauci is clearly an evil wizard. This guy. Let's see. F. Fauci and F. Gates. Let's see what we got here. Nice to see you. Most of my family from New York State is sad to say, but yes, most are zombies there now. It's sad. Fauci will be in prison soon enough. Sound like he has the COVID. Can someone clear his throat? Who's that? Fauci? The Fauchster? Anthony, I'm gonna make a bunch of money on the vaccine, Fauci. Big smiles on Fauci. Hi, Free. I grew up on Long Island. Sounds like Fauci gargled with gravel. Live action war game is what that's probably supposed to say. Anthony, I gave a bunch of money to the Wuhan virus lab. Fauci, big hello and prayers. Tom in Northern Ireland. Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, by the way, guys. This guy needs to be charged for crimes against humanity right along with China. But they won't be because things like Event 201 did take place, right? And who was on that panel? Who was on that panel? Think about it. And even one of the panel members gets sick from that version of the coronavirus that came from South America and has to leave, right? But don't worry, they have the CDC from China and the CDC from America and Johns Hopkins University and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the World Bank and the IMF and Johnson & Johnson and NBC Universal. And they'll all just dictate to us how we're going to solve this thing. What? I didn't elect any of those people. Okay? And oh yeah, the World Health Organization also there. So weird. What are we going to do about it other than just talk? Got to hit the streets. Everyone who's talking. Oh, Trump needs to take the vaccine first. He's not going to expose this fake virus outbreak. Then let him take multiple doses. Again, I don't know why everybody thinks that, the man is some kind of a superhero or a Lord and Savior. We're almost 4 years deep in his presidency. And how much has he really done that he said he was going to do? He said he was going to get us out of these wars in the Middle East. Never happened. Never happened. We cut a $400+ billion deal with Saudi Arabia right after he was put into office. Okay, $400+ billion. He's given Israel every single thing they've wanted. They built Trump Heights out there. He declared the Golan Heights region theirs. Unprecedented. And he made Jerusalem the capital. What? The acknowledged capital of the United States. He gave Netanyahu everything. Everything. Let's see. Florida is also in this mix. Praying for America. What the actual hell? Is that even legal? Wow. Why aren't people more uncomfortable about this? Where in Texas is that? That's in San Antonio. Pre-chem shower. WTF. So are yours zombies too? Mine are upstate Rochester, Buffalo area. Let's see. So I can avoid it. Let's see. No, Jason, only a small part of Texas. Texas is a huge state. Free cancer samples for everyone. I'm in Texas. Me too. The mandatory mask situation in Washington State is getting Twilight Zone. I had a customer with a message pinned to her shirt explaining why she is not wearing a mask so she won't be attacked. Unbelievable. Fauci water sports. I don't know. I have seen them in decades. I don't know. That's so sad. I would last as long as a chicken fart in a hurricane if I stood by myself, as all of us would. Anyone here where in Texas that was? Yes, San Antonio. San Antonio. Love and prayers from Northern Ireland. Where I live, East Texas, hardly anyone is wearing the slave mask and everyone is on to their BS. Well, that's good. Let's see. Where at in East Texas grew up close to Tyler? Nagashodes. NACO? I don't even know what to say there. Oh, that's where you live. It's going. I miss seeing you. Okay. I'm on the brink of becoming a woodsman. Yeah, well, become as self-reliant as you can in this COVID 1984 nonsense mess, right? Thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share, guys. Let's continue on. And remember, we will go check the Super Chats, a.k.a. the GoFundMe, in about 5 minutes. So if you do donate anything, you can get a Super Chat in. There's no way we're going to finish this entire thing. It's probably impossible. Lots of liberals moved to San Antonio in the last 5 years. Elon Musk is Q. But there's a lot of pushback. There needs to be. Yep, it was nice in that area of Texas. Not anymore. It's all built up. Okay in the rural areas, but I'm in San Antonio, and it sucks. Can't carry my phone with all the testing and tracing going on. Crazy. I'm home today, but nothing going on until this. All the good stream happen when I'm at work. Sorry. Yep, lots of libs where I am. But a lot of people coming here from Cali are coming to get away from the lib shiz. San Antonio is a big military town, too, so there are a lot of visitors. It's Operation Bullshiz. In the history of mankind, there has never been a vaccine for a coronavirus. Correct. Correct. Because usually, what? It's the common cold, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it will be a different one than we would get for sure. Keep your poison vax. I don't believe anything doctors say. Did you watch the Robert Kennedy Jr. Dershowitz debate today? No. No, I did not. Kennedy hit out a lot of hard facts about the vaccine industry. Must see. I didn't even know that happened. But that's something I'll definitely be checking out. Docs coming out next week. Okay. Are we talking about the Epstein documents? I've tweeted those out as well. I had this shiza. It sucks, but I got through it. Urgent care gave me a prescription of ibuprofen. It helped the body ache, but that's about it. Well, it is an anti-inflammatory, right? Yeesh, I don't even want to say that. Apparently glory holes are okay for sexual activity. I've seen some state actually putting that in there. Just type in glory holes, coronavirus, and you'll be, what? Huh? Love and prayers from Northern Ireland, Jason and America. Thank you, Sharon. Jason, you should, I don't know what that is. MIT grad, Andrew Kaufman, so you realize COVID 1984 is not real, is fake. Andrew Kaufman is a guy that doesn't think any viruses are real, and I believe the only person to really challenge him in any of these interviews has been Richie Allen out in the UK. Props to him. I don't subscribe to that. Maybe one day I'll change my mind, but I really haven't seen much compelling evidence for that. Right free thinker, LOL. Watch. Let's see. What do you think about the gassing of protesters in Portland? Again, I'm not for secret police, and I'm not for proactive arrests. I did a full video on that yesterday with Steve Poikonen. Okay, go check it out. Texas is next. Tomorrow, we sing happy birthday to Burmis in the chat. Who's in? You can't do Dakota for a year? How come? It looked nice. I might. Again, I said South Dakota's still in the mix. There's a possibility. We'll see. Isn't the cost of living cheaper outside of New York? For the most part. You got to remember, I'm in upstate New York. But yeah, no. I mean, gas is cheaper. A lot of the amenities are pretty cheap. Even this hotel, which is a pretty nice one, I think with taxes and fees, I'm staying here for like $72 a night. And honestly, the internet is not as bad as some of the other things. Man, did I drop down to less than 100 watchers? Or, oh, no, they're saying that my stream ended, even though it didn't. Awesome. Even though it's green. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to keep going through, guys. It looks like it's frozen on that end, but we're going to keep doing it. Let's see. Isn't the cost of living cheaper outside of New York? Yes, we already answered that. It's better to be safe. Jason is a Leo. That makes sense. Bend the knee, you peasant. I'm not bending the knee for anybody. No one's bending the knee here. Sorry. Not gonna happen. Basically, the Pop brothers would say, shut the F up, don't incriminate yourself. Cuomo is a coward, but a snake nonetheless. No backbone here. Prayers is all that is left. Well, I don't know that just prayer is going to do it. We gotta have way more backbone than that. That's 100%. Okay? Let's see. California is still on shutdown. All restaurants do not have tables. To-go ordering only. Plus, there are permanent plexiglass shields everywhere inside. It looks like CV is here to stay. Yeah, it's here too. I hate those stupid plastic things. And like you said, I did a broadcast yesterday with John Fitch, who's out in California. We did our mixed martial mindset program. And yeah, he's like, everything's locking down again. It's getting worse daily. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I'll sing it on my own. Okay, you do that. You sing it on your own. I really appreciate that. Man, what is going on here? I guess it's telling me when these things were breaking up and breaking off. Sucks. Yo, JB and Burmese Brigade building bikes won't be in the chat. Okay. I see policy of President Trump change is not your friend anymore. I mean, he's never my friend. Maybe you haven't paid attention to this channel. I defend him and endorse him when he does something right. When he does something wrong, I don't do mental gymnastics to try to defend it, like wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well. I know they put it out there today. The White House said, well, you know, he said that because of Jeffrey Epstein dying in prison. Really, something, again, he hasn't really addressed. The cover-up crew was deep. Let's see. I don't know how to sing in a chat. 85% of this country has an IQ of less than 110. Of that, I'm now convinced. Leos either love or hate me. Usually hate me. Let's see. LOL. Here, he's going to hear ya. Oh, my God. Jason, how is it nobody remembers the police brutality for the peaceful 9/11 truth protests? And what are the chances of doing some of those? I would really like to do some of those. Again, this new 7 documentary, The Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, and the Fairbanks, Alaska study is very, very important. And again, our entire foreign and domestic policy is still based on that lie of almost 20 years ago. Big problem. Big problem. I'm going to check one more time over at the GoFundMe right now. Not seeing anything. And guys, this is what I'm going to do. If it did break up, and like the Pat Miletich one that you saw me delist, I will take this entire thing and then I will re-upload it together, hopefully in good quality for you guys without the buffering, so that if you missed anything, you can check it out and you can see the videos and you can hear what they said. If you saw my Pat Miletich video, I mean, it was kicking in and out. You lost almost 20 minutes of the video, right? Almost 20 minutes of the video, which is crazy to me and upsetting. But at the same time, you know, I'm really trying to put out polished products, even here on the road. I do want to remind everybody, this is how I'm doing it. Without the GoFundMe, I wouldn't be able to do this. All my documentary films are free. So $5, $10, $15 big donors, you mean the world to me. Thank you again, Gritch. I really do appreciate it. But share the content. Premium members can go check out the Common Sense and the Q Hoax video, which is, again, for those that are supporting me there. Or if you're supporting somebody else, that's what's awesome about Rockfin. It's a platform in which I have a vested interest in, because they pay me in tokens that are based in the network. So I actually own part of the network. I really hope more channels come over. But for now, make sure you're thumbing this video up, subscribing, sharing, and checking everything out. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the flip side.